There are a lot of Bible translations out there. However, all Bible translations are not the same. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I prefer the New American Standard Bible, the 1995 updated edition, over any of the other Bibles out there. Now, this is going to be just a little short video, reasons to show why I go with the NASB, and not so much as a critique over all of the Bible versions out there. That would take a very long time. So here are 5 reasons why I prefer the NASB. First of all, it is a true translation from the original text of Scripture. That is, when we have the NASB Bible translated into English, it is translated from the original Hebrew, Aramaic, and the Greek text. Second, it's translation philosophy. That is, it uses what is called formal equivalence. Sometimes people call it a word for word equivalence. Now, indeed, there is no true word for word equivalence in that sense of the matter of every Greek word is translated into the English word into the exact place. Because once you read and understand Greek, words are sometimes used, say, the subject of the sentence may be actually at the end of the sentence, and the object can sometimes precede the subject. But the point is, these things can be done for emphasis sake. So therefore, there cannot be a word for word in order translation, but as much as possible in that equivalence of bringing in the Hebrew or the Greek text into English, there is, I would say, about 90% of word for word given in the translation. And leading from this is dynamic equivalence. And dynamic equivalence is when, sometimes we have to recognize that there's a difference in the language and culture of the past. That is, say, for instance, in the Hebrew culture of the Old Testament, and even in the Greek New Testament culture. And sometimes we cannot translate those words directly, but what the translators would do, they would change it in a sense, not so much as change the meaning, but they would give a sense of interpretation to show the modern reader what those words meant. For example, you would have the face of God being hot, or God being angry, or even we see this a lot in the New Testament, God not being a respecter of person. And then you'll often see this as something before the face of God, or God does not recognize the face of any individual. We just simply say no respecter of persons. Now, all translations use dynamic equivalence to an extent. However, the New American Standard Version uses this less than any other modern translation of the Bible. And for this reason, sometimes some say that it is a wooden translation. By saying wooden, that means it's somewhat difficult to read because of this somewhat of a structure, this philosophy of word for word translation. But anyway, number 4. The language is updated. Now, what I mean by that simply is when we look at, say, for instance, the King James Version, you see a lot of these and thous, and this sometimes confuses people. The New American Standard Version has changed that translation style, and basically the idea of that style for the King James Version is very poetic, but it changes that into simply how we understand it today: you, yours, my, something like that. Okay. And number 5, most important one of all, it is a great tool for studying studying the text of Scripture. The reason why I say that is because it allows the reader, because of the very philosophy of the NASB, that it takes from the original Hebrew and Aramaic and Greek text, and thus it is a primary translation. They translate that directly into English following as much as they could a wooden or a word for word translation as much as possible of the original languages, and not so much of what you'll find. Say, for instance, let me give you this example: the NIV, the New International Version of the Bible. This is not so much a translation. You got as much as almost as 50% or more of the NIV is dynamic equivalence. So you can pretty much call the NIV a paraphrase. But the NASB itself, because of its method of translation, trying to stay as much with those translating of the original words into an English equivalent word, it allows the reader to interpret the text for himself. Whenever you have paraphrases or you have an overlay supply of dynamic equivalence, to getting away from those words that were originally given, the translators move into becoming interpreters, and that is never good. The Bible should try to be, any text of scripture should try to be, if that's their focus, that is the focus of NASB, allow the readers to read from that translation of the original text and interpret the Bible for themselves. Interpretation is left to the reader.